Well, welcome back. How are you feeling?
I'm good.
Does this start to feel normal now? It's been, what, 3 fights here now? Has it been?
No. No, it's been 3. Yeah, but it just, I don't get used to the media at all.
Well, what about the fight week at all? Are we the only thing that scares you?
Yeah, probably.
Really? Well, you scare us just as much, so. So, like I said, all 3 of your fights have been here at Apex. Are you kind of itching to get out there and get on the road?
No. I basically still live in Vegas, so it's a lot easier whenever the fights are here. I get to sleep at my crib and train in my gyms. Like, it's pretty solid.
What about a big pay-per-view card in Vegas? Would that be?
I would love that. Yeah.
So you are itching to get in front of the fans?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Even in Dallas, too, because I live out there, too.
So you do want to get out on the road?
I mean, Dallas.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, I guess.
What were your thoughts when you got your opponent's name?
My thoughts, I don't know how to pronounce it.
No. What did you think of him as a matchup?
As a matchup?
Yeah.
Probably the same thing I thought about the last guy. He's going to be a tough opponent. Won't be an easy fight. I got to train hard and make sure I'm in shape to go 3 rounds if it goes a distance.
Do you watch tape or do you have your coaches do that?
I watch a little tape, but mainly I leave that to my coaches.
And why is that you don't watch the tape? Is that just something that they prefer that you not watch tape? Is it a mind thing?
No, they've been like telling me to watch tape for the past few weeks. I just choose not to. I like to have an idea of what I want to do. I don't want to get too caught up in like he's gonna do this, so I gotta wait for that. And I just want to flow, and my coaches say they see the flaws and they see everything, and so when we get in the gym, they're like, all right, he does this, so just work that into what you're doing. I don't want to be so focused on that. I just want to do me.
How do you kind of see this fight going with him? Do you imagine it being a 3-round war? Do you kind of think you'll finish him quick?
I mean, hopefully it's a 16-second knockout, but he's tough. I don't expect on taking him out that easy, so I'm prepared for a 3-round war, but I'm going to be looking for the finish every minute.
And you fought about 3 months ago. Is that a good turnaround, or do you kind of need a little bit of a break the next time? Do you feel like fighting every 3 months would be a good thing for you?
No, it's a pretty good amount of time. It's not too long, not too short. It keeps me active. Like if I don't have anything coming up, then you know how it goes. Like you tend to get lazy and not stay as focused. So it kind of keeps me just mentally in like fight shape.
Do you pay attention at all to the betting odds? You're a favorite going into this fight? No?
I try not to, but everybody's sending me messages 24/7. Yeah.
Why do you try to avoid it? Is it that you don't want to kind of relax if you're a favorite, and you don't want to feel bad if you're an underdog? What's the reason for avoiding it?
Because it don't really mean nothing. It's like underdogs lose all the time. I mean, underdogs win all the time. Favorites lose all the time. It's like, what difference is it going to make if I knew? So.
Have you ever thought about betting on yourself?
All the time.
Have you ever done it?
No.
How about other fights? Have you bet on other fights?
I'm not a gambler.
No.
But if I did bet, it would be on myself.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hey, Chidi. I just want to go back to your UFC debut, man. I mean, all the hardcore fans knew about you and knew how hard you've grinded to get here. And then you get here and you knock the dude out and quick. Kind of just what were the emotions like, and how did it feel to finally be in the UFC?
It's crazy. Just going into this, it didn't feel like it was just about me. It was because my brother was in the UFC for a while, so it also felt like I was continuing something that he started. So it was just a little more than just a fight for me. It was dope, and it was nice to have him in my corner, and I don't know. It's hard to explain, but it was a crazy feeling.
How important is it to continue your last name and follow in your brother's step and just kind of keep this road going?
It's real important. Yeah, it's real important. It's because I know what we're capable of doing, and now everything's just starting to come together. Like the training is starting to come together, and how serious I'm taking it, and it's just to see what he started, and for me to understand that if I just put in a little bit more work, I can probably take this a little further. And then I can go back and rub it in his face, be like, "Oh, you see what I did?" And now, fucking.
Of course, there's a fan requested fight that hopefully happens at some point between the two best kickboxers probably in the UFC right now, between you and Alex Pereira. Is that a fight that you would like down the road?
Yeah, that would be dope. That would be dope. I got a lot of respect for him because he's made a name for himself in the kickboxing world, and that's not easy to do either. So it would be dope to test my skills out against somebody else that high of a caliber without having to go back to kickboxing to do it. So I'll probably shoot for a double leg or something.
And then finally for me, man, you have a fantastic voice, and I was just wondering, have you ever thought about doing a podcast or narrating a movie or something?
I'm not much of a talker. I'm only doing this because it's required. So my podcast will probably be terrible. It'll be fun to be a guest on something, but yeah.
Cool. Good luck.
Thank you.
Is Anthony going to be in your corner for this fight?
All the time, yeah.
How special is it to, I've always seen that bond and it always has looked very, very strong. How important and how much easier has it helped having him to lean on in those maybe awkward moments of a fight week? Any pressures and stress, you guys have always had that to be able to lean on each other. How important is that relationship and having him be able to be in that corner for you?
It means everything. Half the time he doesn't even have to speak. As long as he's just there, I know that somebody has my back through thick and thin. No matter what happens in the cage, I got my brother with me,
I think it was the Contender Series. I think he was in the crowd. I think he was the first person to jump up and cheer. I know that had to be pretty special. He's still fighting himself, so who gets more stressed out and nervous for each other? Do you get stressed out watching him, or does he, when in turn watching you, who gets more stressed out about the other?
I think we both get equally as stressed, but he shows it way more. My coaches have to tell him to chill. Hey, your brother trained. He's going to be all right. He's walking around, pacing back and forth, changing his shirt. It's always funny to see that. But it shows me how much he cares,
And it's impressive. You guys have both been doing this for quite some time. Yeah. He's, I think now is 41, 42, around that age.
41.
How much longer do you foresee that he can still fight at this high level?
As crazy as it is, he's still a kid at heart. So he's still in the gym, doing flips and breakdancing.
That's crazy.
Physically, he got it, but it's really just up to him how long does he want to do it.
That's awesome. Quickly looking at your opponent, when you break him down, where is his dangers? Where's the stuff that you're really looking for and thinking what you're expecting him to bring in the cage on Saturday?
I think he's evenly dangerous everywhere. I can't really underestimate him wherever it goes. But he's not I don't know if he has a real solid discipline in one area or not. But from what I've seen in his fights, he's equally as good on his feet and on the ground. So it's a type of fight that I just have to be prepared for anywhere.
And I know as you're coming to these fights, wanting to sort of build your name up here as well, is it important to go out there and get these emphatic finishes and wins, or is it just about also just getting that win, just getting that a W and not an L and moving forward? Is it important to just get the win, or do you really want to go out there and make a big showing of it so people remember your name?
Yeah, it's winning and losing doesn't really mean much to me. It's how do I perform? And even if I win, then I perform good. If I get the W and I'm not satisfied with my performance, then that feels like a loss to me also. So it's more about just going out there and doing me.
And you've had a great career. You're at RFA, you went over to Bellator, had some ups and downs there, LFA, and then you come over here. Do you feel like you're really coming into yourself now, as in terms of your fighting career?
Yeah, I feel like this is perfect timing. Like everything I went through before was what I needed to go through to get to this point. Like, the ups and downs I went through in Bellator was like me growing in front of everybody, like headlining cards, and I still barely even knew what I was doing in the gym, you know? So now it feels like everything's starting to come together, and I got the call at the perfect time.
That's awesome. Last thing for me, I guess, your keys to the victory. What things need to get your arm raised on Saturday?
Just me doing me. It's normally all it takes.
Awesome. Best of luck on Saturday.
Thank you.